News. Next week's teams will be posted on Saturday. We'll have the list out. So get your signups done by Friday so we can get all that done. Now we try to get it on Saturday. We want to give people a couple days or notice before they're like, oh yeah, we're playing tomorrow. Or we're playing today. Alright, let's get this started. Hello and welcome to the COG Academy Day 4 Game 1. This is going to be quite an interesting game. We have a very unique team lineup for the red team on this time. It looks like we're going to be having a Freya ADC. Chuck going into the solo lane, being played by Zenny. No dice on the Freya. Sir White Goodman going as the Thor support. The Saru being on the Giannis, going to the mid lane, and Nariot on Mercury in the jungle. Over on the left side, would you like to take it away, Freight Train?
Oh, we got the blue team, purple playing Sylvanas in the support row. Agni will be played in mid by Over, and Wet Stretch will be ADCing on the Shablanque. Rob BRG will be the Bakasura. More than likely that will go to the solo lane, and Bastet will be played by Relik in the jungle.
Sweet. Looks like no... Baka really would like to invade on that. He's got a heavy hammer. You know, why not? Let's organize these people so we have their positions up against their counterparts.
Minions have spawned.
Well, everybody is across from each other. Fantastic. And it doesn't look like they're actually going to invade. They're just going to start with a normal start. That seems rather odd, especially for Baka having that heavy hammer, that you wouldn't want to go in there and do that. Even the red team right now is being super safe, and they're taking the back harpies first. And they're going to get the speed buff. Probably going to leave that blue buff just as a consolation prize in case they do well in the lane. And possibly giving it up. But Chuck's running over there pretty fast. Yeah, they're going to run to lane. Probably try and get the lane pushed up, then go back for blue buff.
Well, Chalk being a little bit better as a warrior when it comes to the mana based on his passive, so not necessarily the most mana-hungry warrior off the start.
Yeah, as long as he can get his auto attacks in, he's pretty good. There he goes. See, they get the lane pushed up. Now they're going to run back, grab that blue buff. Oh, never mind. It looked like they were going to do that, and then they stopped.
They're kind of little undecided about what they want to do here, but you know, as long as they can keep this lane in there and then get the blue buff later for them, it will give them a little bit more time, so it should be all right.
Bastet taking a good bit of poke there. Jumping on top of the minions, getting grabbed, her jumps down. If she can't jump back, then this could be one dead Bastet. Oh my goodness, one hit, Chalk's gonna go down instead. Mercury is now also dead because Heavy Hammer OP. And what was possibly a dead Bastet has turned into two dead red team members. Chalk already picking up that teleporting back in the lane. Mercury's just gonna head on his way. Bastet getting on out of there. She's gonna be heading back to home, I'm sure, after possibly a small Harpies. She does have her hog available, so she might just jump on him and hog him real fast, then go back. Because it is also a hog 2. Is it a hog 2? No, it's a hog 1. It was the other team that's hog 2. I keep looking at the right side thinking that's blue. I have no idea why. Nope, she's just going to help Agni with the mid, rotating back for those mid Harpies. Or small Harpies, even. And now Mercury and Chalk going to go get that blue buff. But Freya already going into the Ancient Blade. She's going to be going first off into the Hasten Fatalis. So rather interesting there. Not going into any type of magical or boots.
That's kind of typical for most Freya ADCs. You see some of the guys, they pick up that Hasten Fatalis to get that attack speed so they can throw out more pulses. That's kind of the whole idea, is the more pulses I can get out, the more damage I can do. And, you know, boots and everything else is kind of that secondary thought for them.
The Bastet appears to have not gone back yet, just relying on the Bumba's Mask for the health generation.
With mid Harpies coming in about 20 seconds here in this mid wave, and she's being at about half HP, she'll have to be careful for the mid Harpy. She does hit 5, so she'll have cats to bail her out in case anything happens, but here we go at about 10 seconds. This next engagement will be at these mid Harpies as both supports are starting to rotate over that way, it seems like. Yep,
Thor walling off Sylvanas and just hopping by. That's pretty funny. There's Bastet going on top of the Thor. Thor's going to use his hammer. Mjolnir's a 2-minute and get on out of there. They're just going to go ahead and give up these left Harpies, but they're going to secure the right for themselves. So, nice play, you know. Don't want to contest, don't want to fight. Everybody's kind of in this. Don't really want to go into much. But Chuck Shock doing shocky things over in the right lane, pushing Bakasura out. Bakasura's ultimate's still available, so there wasn't quite that big
in the
of
mid
a
lane. It's stun, yeah. Then comes Mercury with the special delivery. A little action going on here in mid, but looks like Thor's up in the air and just has to get out with his ultimate. Almost paid the price with a big Agni Bomb and a stun to follow. Sylvanas got the pull, but unable to follow up with Thor able to get up in the air and just get on back.
The darkness is out. Where was that? I don't know if that was for targeting anyone in particular, maybe even Freya. She's getting a good bit of poke on herself in that lane, but she did lift up, get the banish on Jablanc, and then she'll just kind of fall back behind the minions. See if he could get a little extra poke damage. Thor coming around from the side, looking for a gank on Jablanc.
Oh, there's no wards. He doesn't see this. Yeah, this could be trouble for him. He hits a wall.
Wall? No wall? No wall.
A little surprising they didn't try to chop him up there, right? But I guess Freya not having any mana called it back. Now looking at that, she is probably about only one spelt away. But Bastet getting a kill, I guess, over there in the solo side. That way, Sonic Boom comes in. Bastet gets leveled hard. Mercury not done. Sends the major look over there Bakasura's way, poking him out. So blue team getting a kill there on the chalk with Bastet, but Mercury following up with Sonic Boom on the right-hand side and cleaning up the kill there.
That was like either a series of horrible luck for Bastet or amazing skill by the red team, because the Yas ultimate hit Bastet and then the Mercury Sonic Boom just spun her around and then he went in for the kill. So that was just, I'm gonna get out of here, there's nobody for miles. Wait, people are coming from miles away. Jablanc actually stealing the buff on the backside. The attack speed buff goes to Jablanc, and Sylvanas trying to do what he can to turn them around, but there's Thor, immune to the knockups with that Berserker Barrage. Gets the double tap on the hammer. Thor's going up in there. He's looking for a stun on top of the Jablanc. He sees him going back the other way. Valkyrie's discretion used. Thor missing slightly because he couldn't see what was going on. Are they going to be able to clean this up? There's the Berserker Barrage. Sir White Goodman able to clean it up. Are they going to be able to get the Sylvanas too? Yes, they do. He will go down. Quite an engagement over the left side. That was a 4-man rotation that way, so they could look to push up this mid lane. Mid Harpies aren't coming up for about another 20-30 seconds.
More likely, I think Red Team will go ahead and take that other attack speed buff back, saying, hey, you took mine, we'll take yours, and maybe look up to clean up any other jungle buffs they can, maybe even going for the red, but don't know if they'll have enough time with Bastet coming over there, and her having her cats up will be a deterrent. She's going to, ooh, she almost caught the Freya.
Almost. That would have been a very dead Freya if she'd gotten stopped right there. She had no ultimate. She had about half health. So Bastet would have gone ham on her. There goes Giannis in the mid lane, making sure he doesn't lose any creeps, as little as possible. Mercury going to drop that red buff for Giannis. Left Harpy's going to be going to the blue team unless Thor can make a major play here. He's looking for it. There's the Berserker Barrage. They may have picked up one. There's the portal. There's the grab. Thor makes it through. He survives for another day, and then there's Bastet looking for more, but Thor hammers over the wall and into the other minions, or other Harpy camp, and where they will get that scot-free.
I'm going to guess the camps went to the red team on both of them. I think Thor ended up getting those with the Berserker Barrage.
Bakasura going in on the right lane. There's Chalk ultimate. Bakasura misshot his ultimate, but it doesn't matter. He's able to clean that up under tower. He does not care. Bastet and Agni, all of them looking for a Gold Fury right now. Currently on it, cats are tanking it. Red team does not seem to be aware of this at all, and that is quite the case, as it is already taken. Freya seems to be... Well, Thor's up in the air. He's going to look for whatever there is possibly able to be gotten. He's going to try and land on Sylvanas. Sylvanas dodging out the Tectonic Rift. Poison Dart's coming out. Freya going up in there, looking for the kill on Sylvanas, getting 3 of the 4 shots. Still gets stunned out by Agni. There's Path of Flames. Going to land a lot of tick damage onto her. She needs to get away. She's got to stutter step that ultimate as fast as she can. The bomb's going to land. There's the root from Sylvanas, and it's going to be one dead Freya. Dead.
Looks like they could get this Thor as well. Jablanc trying to use it, but just uses dash to kill the Freya, so not going to be able to chase any further. And Giannis coming around the backside, also giving his buddy Thor a little escape route if need be, so they trade down 1 there. That's good for Jablanc getting the kill. That's going to be 1 stack on his passive. Put him a little bit, he's going to be a little bit harder to deal with.
Yep. Freya already finished Ace and Fatalis, going into boots now. Jablanc has his Devo Gloves completed. So I think that kind of early power spike for Freya where she gets her Fatalis done, but Jablanc doesn't have much on his Devos is past now. And it's going to be a really tough time for her to deal with the amount of damage and attack speed he's going to be putting out, especially since he doesn't have to wait on a spell to attack at ranged.
Yeah, Freya really needs to get that demonic grip. That's kind of when you see her power really spike up. Haste and Fatalis, boots help out, but the third item typically picked up is demonic grip with attack speed and power attached to it. With its passive is going to allow her to do a little bit more damage to Xbalanque itself and the lane. So once that gets online, it'll be a little bit more of an interesting. She is considered a hyper carry, needing a lot of items to go ahead and get online and be fully functional. But right hand side over here, looks like Baka's sort of ulting again. And they're cleaning up the Chalk and the Mercury with the Bastet. 3-man rotation. Now Agni coming over as a 4th man, trying to go ahead and get the Giannis. Giannis portals himself down to try to protect himself the best he can. Sylvanas will ult it. Bastet's there with the pounce. We'll go ahead and clean that up as well. Sylvanas tanking up the tower shots for his team, making sure they don't take too much damage. Red Thor is there.
Whoops.
He ends up just going back down, realizing that there's 4 people there, 3 people there. Probably not going to make much happen out of that.
I think he was going to try and back up further, and then looks like he clicked it and it didn't take. So he's just like, I'll just head on down. It seems like a good idea right now. Freya going to try to take her attack speed buff. Xbalanque, possibly aware of that. She's concerned that Xbalanque knows it. So it looks like Xbalanque's just going to be in the lane, cleaning that up in the mid lane. 3 men in the mid lane looking for those mid harpies. This is going to be theirs as there is only Thor left to protect. He's going to take a big risk going over to this left harpy camp. They do have the hog and they will use it. I think he got one of those.
Looks like a split. Yeah, it looks like a split. Looks like one of Sylvanas' hog only got one of the minions versus both of them. So a little bit of a misplay there by the Sylvanas not being able to get both of them, but still splitting the camps at least the best they could. Right-hand camps are up, but it looks like Giannis is ulting on the right-hand side. They got Chalk deep on this side. Bakasura is just in between towers. Well, actually, no, they took away the solo tower. I'm sorry about that. Bakasura is still in a little bit of trouble 4v1, just trying to get out of there. Needs a little bit of help from his Agni over here. Uses the ultimate on Giannis to try to clean up. He'll end up getting that kill, and the Bakasura will get the Chalk. No, Chalk survives.
Yeah, I thought he was dead too, but it's like when the darkness ended, it moved him around.
I think Agni ended up saving him over there actually with the bombs and a stun, was able to go ahead and help out his Bakasura, or help out Chalk and get, I'm sorry, got all the teams mixed up over here right now.
Yeah, but no, he just got the damage out. Giannis did a good bit of work over there for that. And now Chalk's going to pick up his blue buff. Hopefully this will help him catch back up to the Bakasura, who's currently 3 levels ahead of him. So he's got his work cut out for him. Mercury using the Sonic Boom in the mid lane, grabbing the Agni, forcing him to take a couple tower shots, and then he's going to get out of there with a Path of Flames. Bastet and a Xbalanque taking the red buff in the left side. The enemy's red buff. Freya catching out the Xbalanque, chasing him back the other way. Thor could turn around and intercept, but he's more focused on what's going on in the middle lane. There's the Tectonic Rift on top of the Bastet, and he's going to turn his attention to Xbalanque. Xbalanque goes up into the Rising Jaguar, and there goes the X. Thor up into the air, looking for a big dunk. If he can land it, they could really turn this team fight. I don't think they were even slightly aware that he was up in the air, but they're going to turn this right back around. Thor taking a ton of damage into death. Bastet jumping on in, using the cats, holding those for the last possible moment. Freya into the air. She's looking for the Bastet, not going to find it there. Going to try and body block for the Chalk. Instead, she's going to only take a little bit of damage while Chalk will fall. Mid tower under siege. Boxer coming to the backside, going to be just destroying everything, and that's going to be it for you, mid tower.
That's a quick deicide at the 12-minute mark over here. We'll see what the blue team ends up doing with it. Gold Fury down for about 10 more seconds. Probably end up. Are they gonna? Fire? No. 12-minute fire giant.
12-minute fire giant with that Bakasura.
Bakasura not doing the best job of tanking the raid boss here. If he takes another one of those big shots, he does at that time. Mercury does see it. He's over here right now. They have to disengage. Otherwise, Mercury can really clean up probably. Thor is back over here. Wall hits.
Xbalanque stuck on top of the wall! Oh my god! Oh, they're so low. Why did Mercury hit the
might
tight
not
there?
have been the best call by blue team. Maybe getting a little bit overconfident what they had. They actually still might pay for this with one of them, but Thor, anybody trying to clean up something, they're not able to get a pick with all those little help bars. The Bakasura chasing the Thor down, heavy hammer intact. Just Mercury having to send him back his way. Bakasura just jumping along saying, hey, I'm 14, I can take a couple shots, it's okay. But kind of surprised they didn't just go for more of that guaranteed Gold Fury versus versus that Fire Giant call at the 12-minute mark. I mean, it was coming back up.
Yeah, it was a risky attempt. I think it's just the fact that they've kind of failed tanking it. They might have gotten more damage out on it if they weren't getting knocked up in the air so much. But still, was Sylvanas there with his Hog 3? Yes. Was it available? Yes. But did he have much health? No.
Bakasura just beating up his Chalk over here in the soul lane, uses ult again, takes a few tower shots after diving it, but Chalk's almost gone again. But Bakasura is going to get caught between a rock and a hard place in the corner over there and will get taken down by the Mercury. A much needed kill on that Bakasura because he's the biggest right now at 8,100 worth. So
free gold fury for blue.
That'll end up being over there, Bastet over there, everyone over there on the left-hand side taking care of that. Mercury will come over, realize that that's gone. Freya not going to be able to do too much along with that. So they red team gets the Baka, but they lose the Gold Fury.
Yeah, excuse me. I would say that the blue team, they definitely saw that opportunity. Boxer, you're back there. See if you can bait them out. See if you can bait out some ultimates. He says, yep, Mercury, Giannis, they're over here. Let's go ahead and take this Gold Fury. Right. You know, it's only Freya over here. If she comes at us, we're just going to fight her. Kill her. Red team does get the right mid camps, as they will go to Mercury. Left mid camps went to the blue team, as well as the Gold Fury. So if we check out our graphs, we got blue team up about 6,400 gold and about 7,100 experience. Over in the left lane, we got Jablanc in a fight with Freya. Jablanc gonna hug that wall. Freya not able to land those shots of the undodging Jablanc, but there's the Thor landing the Anvil of Dawn, looking for more on top of Jablanc. Freya trying to chase as fast as she can, and she's gonna get the last shot, cleaning up Jablanc. That's going to be that. Mercury in some trouble from Bakasura over in the right lane. Baka hogging those back minions to try and just keep the tension high. Sylvanas looking to see what he can do, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to be forced to back out as Agni, Sylvanas, Bastet, and Bakasura are all there.
Going a little bit too deep is the blue team, I think, going between the towers and past tier 2s in order to dive for a kill. Just stick. You guys they're winning the game right now. They just need to stick with the game plan, keep farming, and then do what they have to do and move these lanes back up. Taking chances like that could end up resulting in a few more picks and could end up just turning the game. But blue team just rolling around in a squad right now, heading to the left-hand side of the map, trying to see if anything's available here. Stepped on a few wards. Thor's going to back up if he can and hopefully get away. Sylvanas will blink in there and try to take a few shots. We'll hit the root, but we'll take a wall for his trouble. Hits the grabs. Cats come out.
There's Chuck. Boom! Sylvanas goes down. See, this is the diving towers thing that you're talking about. They're just going too hard on these red teams. I mean, they're like, we can use this aggressiveness against them. Giannis getting 3/4 of Bastet's health in 2 shots, and she is going to go down.
Shock ultimate coming with a big silence. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Looks like the Agni's also in trouble. That's going to be a cleanup duty. Shablanka, the only one standing really in the way. Bakasura coming around the backside, though. They have to be careful because Thor could be in trouble over here. Bakasura gets him.
Ow! He gets through! Oh, Mercury! Mercury! Zoning out for him. Bakasura on that side, too. Chalk really needs to be careful because he's about to get beat up.
Freya using Valkyrie, trying to go ahead and take out the Bakasura. He's level 17. He's just chomping away. Uses the banish, gets him up there. 1, 2, 3 hits. Can she get a 4th one off? No. Bakasura escaping with his life barely over here.
This chase is nutty! Oh my goodness!
A lot of chasing, a lot of low health bars, a lot of things on cooldown right now, and
Bakasura
a little reset.
Possibly in some big trouble. It could be Chuck in some big trouble. If it's going to be Giannis in some big trouble, if he doesn't have time, he's going to just use his ultimate to get on out of there. So it's kind of worth it for Bakasura. He did force an ultimate when it wasn't really necessary. I mean, I guess Giannis could have done a good unstable vortex, landed on top of the Bakasura, and made him one dead monster, I guess, is what he is.
Well, Giannis going into that max CDR build, that Chronos pendant into the Shoes of Focus, so cooldown will be back in about roughly
50 seconds.
50, 60 seconds right there, so it's not too bad. A little action going on the left-hand side, trying to collapse on Freya. Freya back over there, trying to outbox the Shablanca, but Agni Bomb's coming in to assist, and well, Freya just bit on a little bit more than she could chew right there in a little 3v1 scenario, but did a good job trying to box him out. Mid Harpy's going, it looks like, to the red team. Oh, never mind. Sylvanas blinks in and just says, no, these are my Harpies, Giannis. You can't take them. Bastet dying in the tower?
What exactly that was. But over in the right lane, Bakasura going too hard again. I think Bastet just DC'd. Quite possibly.
We got a quick pause over here by, yeah, it looks like Relik on the left-hand side.
Yep, there she goes.
Has DC'd.
Ah. Quite an exciting game thus far.
Yeah, a lot of action. Definitely not a game for the dull. This is games going back and forth a lot with a lot of diving.
Yep. Thank you so very much for the host, Confrey. You got here just in time for the pause. While we are waiting for them to come back, it looks like Bastet has DC'd, who is Relic on the blue team. She just died to a tower after she strolled her little kitty butt into it. Been quite an interesting game. The blue team's been controlling it, but they've been kind of throwing away their lead with their various, I want to say, over-aggressiveness. You can look at the graph there and see, like, I can count each over-aggressive time they had. Like, they'll have a dip and then a spike and then another dip. And it's like, yep, they were doing good, they were doing good, they got cocky, and now they got punished for it.
Looking at the wards placed, Freya went 9 actually right now on the red team, and Giannis with 6. So the ADC trying to make sure that she stays alive over there in that lane until she can get online. Surprisingly enough, the support Thor with only 2 placed at this moment. So a little surprised that he hasn't been placing any more wards.
Got to place a lot more wards. I mean, Freya does get a lot of the farm because she is the ADC, but she needs to try and get her kit online as soon as possible because she's got a damn midge, people. Basically, Bastet's whole PC crashed, so it's going to be a kind of a longish pause. So we will just hang out here and discuss the things that are available. Because, why not? This is why, sometimes people like to cast things on replays versus live. But we like to roll it live. And we get to deal with the consequences of that. So, Giannis, Chalk, Freya, they're all dumping lots and lots into those wards. Freya definitely dumping a lot because she has no escapes to speak of. She's got her Valkyrie's discretion going up into that, but she doesn't want to have to use that to escape. She would like to use that to kill people. So I would see it as a worthy investment as a Freya to be like, I need to know where all of them are around my lane. So if I see anybody, it's just like, goodbye. I'm going to run back to tower. And then if I have to, use my ultimate. But on the other team, everything doing pretty solid there. Let's check out the actual... Where is it? Damage. Regular damage. Player damage. There we are. Bakasura, not shocking. 18,000. Jablanc shortly after that with 11,000. And then Chalk and Agni. But the red team, not very high on the player damage charts. Which, I mean, I guess it's kind of to be expected at 20 to 10.
Well, that Mercury and Freya should be, again, at some point in time, both considered very deep carries. Once Mercury gets all his crit online, he's going into a Devourer's Gauntlet for a little lifesteal to stay in those fights more, and looking to get his crit online right now with Short Sword. And again, no dice on the Freya. Definitely looking at the Enchanted Ring going to turn into a Demonic Grip. Kind of where you really start seeing that power spike, as I said before, with her being able to put out a lot more damage and attack speed. Going to be able to get about 8 pulses out, I think, around that mark when she gets that up there. So can really diminish somebody, and after that, more than likely a spear the Magi's. Just like Agni has on the left-hand side over there, if you look at the screen, he'll have that up there. So all those bombs doing extra damage each time one of them hits him. So it's kind of the same concept as Freya, using the pulses to get the damage she can in as fast as she can.
I'm actually very surprised that Thor support is keeping up in net worth with Sylvanas. I mean, 69 to 71, only 200 gold behind. Doing pretty good. He's even got full boots and full sovereignty done, while Sylvanas only has the level 2 of the Magi's boots and a Heartward. So,
well, Sylvanas going into his second active, his Greater Blink. We don't really know what's going to happen with Thor here. Doesn't have a second active slot filled out yet. Looking at the other team, though, maybe the weakening curves for the Sylvanas heals, which can be kind of annoying. But honestly, with attack speed-based Jablanque, Bakasura going with the Ichabal and the Executioners in attack, you might see an enfeebling out of it to slow those guys down and their attack speed and reduce their effectiveness. If they can't attack as much, they can't do as much damage. I mean, that's pretty much the big concept.
Yeah.
But Freya and Giannis also having empty slots, so there could be several combinations over here of actives that you see from the red team.
Definitely. I'm not sure that I totally agree with Sylvanas picking up a Greater Blink already. Like, I know it's 45-second cooldown. On the level 2, it's, 60-second, and the one's 90?
Yeah.
I just don't know if I could invest, 300 gold that supports are already so starved for, an extra 15 seconds when he's only going to be blinking so much. He's going to blink to engage, and once the team fight starts, it's just a matter of him running around. He's not going to be looking to blink again in the next 45 seconds, because usually the team fight's going to be, done, or everybody's going to be splitting up or whatnot. I mean, he's going to be in the middle of it. He's not going to have to blink again immediately. So I think it might be a little bit of wasted gold early that he didn't have to spend. Granted, it's like, what else is he going to spend it on this second? I would say wards. That's just me. Granted, he does have a full stack of wards. So, personal preference, I would say, other than that.
Yeah, that's a little bit questionable. Let's just kind of looking at what everyone's leveling up while we're here. Clicking on Sir White Goodman. Being support Thor, not really leveling up his rift for the stun duration. A little surprising, maybe, that being that he's both trying to be the support Thor, that you'd expect maybe, hey, I want to go ahead and have this stun up and available for my allies to go ahead and do more damage. Electing to go into the attunement and the Berserker Barrage as damage, instead of the wall. So a little bit surprising there in that aspect, but so far he's done really well, as you said, keeping up with the farm. So maybe that's one reason he has, is because he's been able to do more damage and kill creeps a little bit faster on the way out.
There we go. Game unpausing right now. Bastet back into the mess, even though she is not actually. The icon is still invisible there. Can't even see where she is.
She's technically dead. I think she's just kind of in the middle of the map right now. She died from that tower in the tier 2 on the side. So she's actually in Fountain. Hopefully in about 15 seconds she'll actually show up where she's supposed to be.
Doge Blanc looking for this tier 1 on the left side. Where did my mouse go? I've lost it somewhere on... Oh, I haven't lost it because I'm in third-person mode. There it is. Shablanc just going to start hitting it as fast as he can. He's going to tank those last couple shots, looking for that last shot, but Mercury body blocking it, and it will go down the minions most likely, but Freya got there just in time.
Oh, Sonic Boom has been activated. He might try to go on this Shablanc over here. Bead's activated by the X-Ball. Gets out of the wall. Doesn't want to take any of that, but... Sonic Boom not used, even though the clap was hit. I thought there might have been a little...
I think the Tectonic Rift got in his way. He was wanting to go after the Jablanc, but there was a Tectonic Rift that was kind of a little awkward in the middle of the lane, and I think he was afraid if he tried to go on that, he'd hit that, and it would just be a sad day. And also,
Gold
Agni.
Fury coming off her porch right now, and it looks like Blue Team just is like, "Yo, we want this right now." Cats will come out to go ahead and help tank it. Maybe a little... If there's an interaction here, if Thor comes around, they could be wondering why they use that, but... No steal attempt right now. We'll see what Thor does if he has a wall that he can use. He tries to teleport in, and
wow, he stole it.
Get it. Sir White Goodman with a great teleport in and steal on it. Didn't even have to use his wall, but will pay for it with his life. But Gold Fury for the support is always #worth. So,
and looking at the graphs, you can see a nice little dip right where that Gold Fury came in, cutting their lead, 4,600 instead of almost 6K it has been this entire time. Sylvanas blinking in on the right side, looking for a pull, unable to get it. They're going to fall back to their tier 2 tower, try and defend this siege while their Thor is down. Blue team has the opportunity to work on a Fire Giant, but it's still risky business as Jablanc is all the way over in the left lane. Giannis going to be teleporting through that wall, trying to get some farm, keeping his levels up. Then he's going to go defend that left tower, or he's going to defend mid while Freya's on the left side. Freya looking to try and go on the Jablanc. Poison Dart's going to miss there in the mid lane. That tower is not going to go down. They're forced to back out. Thor is up. Agni is dashing, and there's the Tectonic Rift popping that bubble of the lovely Bastet. When he comes with something cheeky and funny to say, but I couldn't think of anything fast enough.
Red team just needs to do their best and try to keep these tier 2 towers up. If you look at it, Blue team has all their towers available, even though the left-hand side is taking a little bit of damage. But that's 1,500 gold that's on the board for tier 1s that they could try to get themselves back into this game if they can at least start getting some towers down. Bagasor looking to maybe engage in this Chalk again for another time and just take a few shots. Chalk getting relatively tanky at this point, not taking too much damage there.
He's got that wing blade that's really helping him during these engagements. When his wing blade's active, it'll save him from a lot of things. They're committing a lot on this Bagasor. They want to get him quite dead. There goes the Mercury, getting that on top of him. The silence not going to be enough to stop his ultimate, but he's going to be putting out a ton of damage onto those guys. They are able to take him out before Thor goes down to the Flame Wave from the Agni. Sylvanas also there using his blink to try and lock him in place. Mercury going around to the backside looking for an escape path. Giannis using his ultimate, going through all of the portals to make sure he gets home safe. So, yeah, it's a Thor for the Boxer, so I would consider that worth the engagement.
Getting rid of that Bagasura is definitely worth the 38 seconds that he's down for. Maybe maybe Red Team can go ahead and make something out of it, but...
Bastet using her ultimate in the mid lane, using it to zone out the Freya. I think she was hoping they would go on the tower, but Jablanc should be able to clean up this middle tower now that everybody else is there too. The heal's coming out from the Sylvanas. They're going to be forced to back out a little bit, looking for more anything in the jungle that they can take. Trying to keep their gold lead as high as they can. Chalk going actually probably going to be going into Jotuns there as his 4th item. Yes. Numbers are hard. Bakasura getting some crit online, has a short sword, so that's going to be super ultra mega annoying. Because what's worse than having somebody that attacks 8 million miles a second is somebody that does that and crits you for 5,000 each time you hit.
Looks like on the left-hand side, Sylvanas maybe in a little bit of... Now he just backs up over there with the 3-man rotation that way. We'll just kind of hang out in the backside. CHOG just farming up the right-hand lane over there, and looks like there's just going to be a few backs right now. No engagements going on. You'd imagine the next big engagement is Fire Giant if there is any sort of wipe. Sir White Goodman looking to take this tier 1 on the left, but will probably, if he does not get out of this, will get caught and pay for it with his life. He's just going to ult out and just take tier 1, 500 gold, and teleport his way out of there.
The advantage you have about being a super mobile support. The only thing that could be better is being, I don't know, Yeb with the global ult.
Again, Sir White Goodman's support Thor not going into a Heartward, which is typically the next item you'd see after a Sovereignty, going into Jotuns for cooldown reduction. Trying to go ahead and obviously get more walls out and help support the team that matter of speaking. So we'll see how that works out versus the aura defensive items that he could be giving his team.
Bakasura just doesn't care about engaging with his team. He just wants to go in and kill these towers. He's like, I'm going to push this all the way up.
Yeah. He's like, I'm level 20, I'm the first 20 on the board, I'm higher level than everybody else, I got the most gold value of the team, and you know what, I'm not really scared of these guys.
Yeah, over on the left side, they're going to be going on to Jablanc. Giannis not going to be getting over there in time. He's going to be using his Rising Jaguar to get on out of there. While Bakasura is going to be pushing up the mid wave, they could siege this mid as everybody on the red team is kind of fanned out and spread around. And so Freya in the left side going back. Bakasura taking these back camps on the red team. So that's not something they really want to have there. CHOG looking for this gold on the tower. Going to be backing up as a Bakasura just teleported in because Baka does have teleport.
He needed, I think he needed to just attack that tower and get rid of the teleport. It was one hit away. I think if CHOG would have just sat in that tower and hit it a few basic attacks, he would have got it, and that would have been a waste of Bakasura's teleport. Now he's going to get engaged on because he goes for his he goes for his mana camp. Now ultimate comes out. CHOG trying to silence it. It doesn't really matter. Bakasura's auto attacks coming out with heavy hammer still will leap onto the CHOG. True damage will. Has not Butcher Blades yet. He's still diving the tower though. Bakasura eats a minion to heal and is just like, alright, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Might have to step out of it and might have overstayed his welcome as Giannis is ulting over with his team. Mercury pops in, throws it back into a tower. Unstable Vortex will miss. Banish hits though, and the whoop and they will clean up finally the Bakasura. Took 4 people, but Bakasura goes down again. While that's going down though on the left hand side, blue team did start up the Gold Fury. Thor will dunk down again. Sir White Goodman, can he get it again? Oh,
not quite.
He almost got it again that time.
Landed just a hairpin too early. But that was a very valiant attempt by that Thor to get that Gold Fury steal. I mean, I see why he's going into the Jotun's Wrath. He is a very good scaling damage producer, and by being a Thor that's a support that's also in your face all the time, pretty damn tanky, and putting out damage, he's a support that you can't ignore. Like Sylvanas, lots of times he can go onto a back line and they can just be like, well, he's not doing a ton of damage to me, I'm more worried about these guys who are trying to kill me. Thor, he's just back there wrecking their day. He's looking to get this Hog 3 on top of this. They do have a Hog 3 available, and that will go to the red team. Fire Giant able to secure that.
Big pickup. Shablanca trying to clean up the Mercury over here on the right beneath him, but the red team just needs to disengage the best they can. Freya throwing out the pulses, hitting the Shablanca pretty hard. Shablanca does get one, but he'll end up paying for that. Sir White Goodman gets the kill on that. Valkyrie discretion used, trying to clean up any other mess you can find, but
Sir White find Thor on the back here. There it is, one shot! Oh!
Sir White Goodman going up the air actually on the Thor. Who's he going to land on? Is he going to try to stay in on the Bastet or the Agni, or is he just going to get out? Oh, he just gets out.
No, he's got like 0.0 health. CHOG needs to get out of here, and so does
there's
Nemesis.
your friend,
sorry, not Nemesis. Freya does get cleaned up, roasted, eaten, nommed by Bakasura.
Yeah, the 11 and 5 Bakasura really taking it to this team right now. Really, they have to shut him down, but with Magi's blessing and all the attack speed he has, he's pretty difficult to take down at this point in time. You'd imagine Heavy Hammer would maybe go into a Frostbound at this point in time. You'd probably expect that, or he might just sell it off at this point in time and get some more damage with crits.
I still think he likes the control. Giannis looking for these back harpies as fast as he can, waiting for the Mercury to get there. Mercury is quite a bit under level. Bakasura here, though, is going to be a painful engagement as Giannis takes a few hits and puts him down to, 2/4 health. with what seemed like 2 whole hits.
Well, red team did get the Fire Giant now that it exchanged, and they've got it on chalk and they've got it on their support, so it's not too bad there. At least they were able to keep it away from blue team,
Yep.
who could really turn it around. And we'll see if there's any other picks that maybe the red team can find and maybe keep this game in their favor and turn it back around.
Well, 27 minutes into the game, blue team's going to be heading back looking to buy. They have a 7,000 to 7,500 gold lead. Tier 1 does go down on the right. That is where the 500 gold went. Thor taking that down, trying to get his team as much gold as they possibly can. Freya looking for her attack speed buff on the upper left side. I think what they did by taking that Fire Giant was they slowed down the train. You got the blue team, they're just rolling through everything. Now that they don't have a Fire Giant available and it is actually on the defending team, they have a little bit better chance of sustaining a siege as well as pushing back, possibly getting a good engagement. But the blue team's just got to wait it out. I mean, they have control of all the lanes. They got all the lanes pushed up. They've got all the buffs. They've got everything. They just need to wait it out. Once Fire Giant's off, I think blue team's going to look for a good engagement, probably siege, look for a blink. Good lord, I can't even think of what Sylvanas' ultimate is called, and it is Wrath of Terra. There we go. A good Wrath of Terra onto all of them, and then get a couple picks, then work it into a Fire Giant themselves, and then they'll go for the win. Or they could get 3 or 4 pick, then just burn down the Phoenixes and take it right there.
Fire Giant coming about 2 minutes over here. So again, red team just like you said, using the Fire Giant as just more of a defensive against any siege attempts with the 2 players that have it on them right now. They'll have to start warding up that right side. I don't really see too many wards placed near FG at this moment. And well, first one gets placed down by red as a sentry gets put down over there, but engagement over here on the left-hand side. Looks like Giannis doing Giannis things and just saying, hey, I'm a magician. I'm just going to get out of here. I'm like David Copperfield up in here. So he just disappears and will come back around the other side and try to attempt to defend this left-hand tower.
He was David Copperfield versus Houdini. Shock.
Yeah, I went to a David Copperfield show once, so.
Oh, I see. I thought that was a Mercury, but it was in fact the Agni dashing over there. Thor looking for a nice tectonic rift. The Bakasura teleporting in on the ward in the middle of the lane. He's going to be jumping on in, using his ultimate, going to try and burn down as many people as he can. Frey going up into her own ultimate, trying to stay out of the damage of Bakasura. Nobody dead quite yet. Giannis getting very low, and he's going to be taken out by the Agni. Next up on the board, it looks like Thor really wants this Jablock. He will get him with the double tap from the hammer, and Thor will go down himself to a Bakasura leap. This is actually turning out pretty well for the blue team, I would say, because they did take out Bakasura, or not Bakasura, but Jablock. That's one of the major tower killers they have. Bakasura is going to be doing a lot of damage to it as well. Tier 2 is going to fall, but I think their Phoenix should be pretty safe. Unless there's a Bastet ultimate.
Go ahead and back real fast and get some health on the Freya and the Mercury. Chalk's relatively sustainable. Again, Fire Giant coming up in about 30 seconds. We'll see what ends up going on here. They might try to engage the mid Phoenix or just back up and try to make that Fire Giant push with the Thor support and the Giannis being down right now. But Giannis will get back up and he will have ultimate. So he could send the whole team over to FG relatively quickly, and it could be a turnaround if that ends up happening, if they try to start Fire Giant and Giannis ults that way.
Got Boxer and Bastet over here soloing the Gold Fury together.
30 minutes in the game, they just want a little bit more gold at this point. Try to keep it away from the red team as much as you can. More of a defensive strategy versus anything else. They don't necessarily need it, but play and keep away from the blue or the red team.
They do have an opportunity here. Red has that super quick possibility that they could sneak this Fire Giant. I don't think they're going to go for it.
Blue team does have a ward on here. There we go. They just sentry down and toss that away. Sir White Goodman cleaning that up real fast. So blue team does know they're here. Pulses come out from Freya against the Shablanca, trying to outbox him. Takes a little bit of poke. Wall misses. Major Look will also connect, but not doing nearly enough damage to the tank Sylvanas at this moment in time in the game. Shablanca cleaning up the wards over there, and then also the Fire Giant pit. This will just be the dance here that we'll see here for the next probably couple seconds to a minute here, and until something happens, because this is going to be the big defining moment. Whoever gets this could turn the game.
Sylvanas put himself way out of position there. He's going to have to use Wrath of Terra to try and get on out. He will actually get out of there, but his ultimate is down. This is going to be free reign on top of Sylvanas. There goes the ultimate from Giannis. Lands it. This could be a free Fire Giant for the red team. No Hog 3 available.
Bastet does have Hog 3.
Oh, Bastet does, but Giannis looking for that.
Freya starting the fire giant, and Bastet just getting zoned out. Hopefully the red team does know that this is there. Bastet looking to go ahead and possibly pounce in. Will clean up. Well, the double banish will actually hit. Freya's still in trouble. Gets cleaned up by the Agni.
There's COG going on to the Bastet. Now they're going to turn their attention to Agni. Bakasura trying to go on the Giannis, but the slow will prevent that. Mercury grab. Nice grab. Gets a couple hits. This is a tough fight for the two of them. Bakasura just does so much damage. COG looking to continue the engagement. Pops his heel. Going after it. There's the jump. Is he going to be able to go? He does get an eat minion off, and this could be one dead. Mercury, the flame wave barely missing. And the final bomb will land that. COG still trying so very hard. Going to use his ultimate. Gets that last little bit. Just one more shot. There it is. Bakasura goes down. That made it all worthy for that COG chasing him around so long. Now he's going to turn his attention to Jablanc, who's going to try and battle him and is losing this pretty quick.
Yeah.
There it is.
The best idea by Jablanc right there to go in on that, but in the end his buddies end up coming over. COG, yep, not able to teleport to his axe, wasn't able to get the throw off, but Jablanc fighting, taking a little bit more off than he could actually chew there. And a little bit of miscalculation of how much damage he could do versus how tanky COG was with the Midgardian Mail and the Runeforged Hammer, soaking up that damage really well, so really wasn't never threatening COG at any point in time.
Also, Mercury having his crit available probably did more than Bakasura wanted to see happen to him. Taking that early fight damage. But we're going to have the Fire Giant dance starting up soon again. The wards are going to start coming out. Blue's already got their Sentry Ward down. Giannis looking for a counter ward himself. Going to put it down as soon as I can get over there. There they go. Taking out the blue ward. I wonder who's going to be the first one to not put it in the middle of the Fire Giant room right there when they always put it literally right next to each other. Oh, look. Blue will be the first people to do that. Cleaning that up. From that distance, though, will they actually be able... They're not actually able to see the Fire Giant itself 100%, but they can see the room well enough. And here we go. Back to farming up, trying to get as much farm as they can to do the maximum potential damage in this upcoming Fire Giant fight. At this point, though, blue team, I think, might be trying to fight a losing battle here, trying to fight this Fire Giant. They seem to have a very good... They got the good lane pressure. They got plenty of ways to clear waves. They should just siege all of the Phoenixes, push the red team back.
I think Jablanc should have split push left. Split push the duo lane side of things and just go. They have a Bastet. They have a Bakasura that's doing a ton of damage right now. Let Jablanc do the tower killing and just move up left lane all the way and bait out the Fire Giant and let red have to choose. Hey, do we send somebody back and lose this Phoenix, or, you know, what do we end up doing with the Fire Giant? Because there's still 4 here. Do we try to go ahead and take it?
Yep.
I mean, Jablanc can go ahead and make a mess of things with that split push potential, or even Bastet with Cats. Bastet with Cats up can go ahead and just pounce into a tower and more than likely take it down with her build at this moment with Titan's Bane up and Jotuns.
Sylvanas looking for a pull or a blink. Wrath of Terry, there was the pull, was unsuccessful. They're going to be turning their attention to the Sylvanas slightly. COG going in on the back line looking for the Jablanc. Now he's going after nobody. It looks like he was going towards the Bakasura. He will get his Magi's Blessing popped, though, by walking... Nope. He doesn't have a Magi's Blessing. I am incorrect. He does have the Winged Blade, which is no good anymore. There, he's actually going on Bastet a little bit, but she is all right from that. Thor going up to there. They're going to look to engage on this. The silence coming out. There it is. Agni dashing out of there. Freya looking for the kill. They are able to get the Agni. He has been shut down. Bakasura going to clean up the Freya and everybody else on the team, it appears. COG. Beautiful tectonic rift by Thor. COG going to try and do what he can. I think his axe is down back there. Will he teleport to it? Or did he already use his teleport? There's his axe.
Yeah.
Gonna teleport to his axe? No! Oh, he tried to teleport back to it, but the time had just ran out. This is gonna be a free Fire Giant for red team. Thor is gonna be sitting here on the wings and cuss. His ultimate is currently down. He's just gotta wait. Bastet sees, or sorry, Jablanc sniffs this out. There he comes in with the tectonic
Oh,
whip.
he's trying to get in there.
Oh, didn't quite get it. Blue team got it.
Really good attempt by the Thor over there to attempt to get in there. I mean, better than absolutely doing nothing. He teleports through the Fire Giant, tries to get in there, walls up, hits the big stun, but hits the stun and in a sense body blocks himself to get to the Fire Giant. So
yeah.
With that deicide and 4 men up on the blue team, this is more likely the game with middle Phoenix about to go down, and they should just be able to clean this up right here at this moment in time. No need to really take left or right Phoenix if all of them are down. But
Freya's coming up right now.
Yeah, Freya and Mercury are up. I guess they're just going to go ahead and take the Phoenixes. Banish hits on the Shablanki right there. A couple pulses come out. Hits a few over there. Shablanki will back out, taking a little bit of poke, and probably go ahead and hit back to the...
I think he's just looking for something to heal up off of. Also just taking the safe path. They're going to siege his left Phoenix, though. They want it. Boxer going hard onto the Mercury, getting a good bit of damage out, but he will jump on back to base. Shablanc almost getting that dead Freya. He will land back there in her safety of her pool. Shock uses his ultimate, silencing out the guys on the blue team, and it looks like Jablanc will go down. Are they going to be able to turn it? Thor goes down to Boxera. Giannis using his ultimate and unable to really land everything he could onto the Boxera. Chuck just swinging away at these guys. Boxera re-engaging after eating a minion, just tearing as much as he can through the chalk. And Sylvanas survives the fall, but Agni does not.
Red team doing a great job of trying to defend this siege. I mean, yeah, they lost the Phoenixes, but they're getting kills out of it. They've taken out 3 out of the 5 on the blue team side, and yeah, all their Phoenixes are down, but they're playing really well defensively right now, and not too much you can do when all 3 Phoenixes are down other than babysit your Titan. But we'll see how they can hold the next siege attempt. More than likely, you'll just see a straight up Bakasura ultimate on top of that with a bunch of cats, and hopefully that Titan will end up going down for the blue team to try to secure the victory. But red team at least going to try to take a tower out of this if they can. Let's see if they can actually even get the mid lane with Bastet up.
They got 3 down. So Freya's just back there babysitting that right lane. Looks like they decided to forego the siege attempt on the Bastet. Because Bastet and Boxer were there. Shock, one of the few able to deal with it, but Mercury and Giannis, they will go down in a skinny second. Trying to solo this Gold Fury, though.
Yeah, there's a big fire wave coming on the left-hand side. We're going to have to get over there. Giannis heading that way now, along with Thor. Honestly, the Gold Fury might have been a suicide attempt as Bakasura comes in and leaps and uses his ultimate and is trying to go ahead and clean up. Looks like Fist of the Gods will be used for the stun, but Bakasura just cleaning up with his ultimate and his true damage. Butcher Blades getting hit. Chalk will also end up probably going down here to the pounce or bleed from Bastet. Both jumping at the same time. Bakasura landing first, apparently, and getting the kill. Yeah, I understand the call on red team side, trying to get a little bit of gold, but you can't go that far out when you've got 3 Phoenixes down.
Yeah. Not worth. And Giannis is going to go down here on the left side as Boxer and Bastet just jump all over him. He's trying to clear out that fire wave. He thought he was close enough.
Amount of damage.
And that, you can never underestimate Bakasura and a Bastet. GG, Titan. It was nice knowing you. 33%, 24-0. Good game for blue team. Able to clean that up. 19 kills on Bakasura. Holy poop.
Well, that early double kill on the lane right there really turned it all around. That was just the start of a very bad ending for the red team on that side. Once Bakasura got the first 2 kills, just snowballed himself from there.
So, looking at the end screen, I'm going to take a wild guess that Bakasura did the most damage at 48,000, and that is 100% correct. Next highest, going to be on Jablanc at 34k. I think Chuck, 27k is the next on either team. Yep. So, Chuck doing the work he could. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But that'll end our first game of the fourth day of the COG Academy. I, myself, am Demon Machine, and my co-host here is Freight Train X. Or just Freight Train. I usually just call him Freight, because he comes in like a freight train. So, we'll be back next time with another game. Yay! Alright, recording's done. Now we can just chit-chat. I've got to get some water.